on rip 6 as you go on too. As we run a motion, we start across the field. Free safety gets to either half field or the middle of formation and becomes free. We know it's either going to be strong side zone or man free. That's all it can be. So it makes your coverage reading much, much simpler. As we get to our other slot, and this man slides into a zone look, we are going to snap the ball 3 to 5 yards outside the hip of our onside slot. Okay? When the ball is snapped, I am going to drive at the outside shoulder of the strong safety and avoid contact, whichever way I can, and stay in the seam up the field. When we first start teaching it, if we're going to run a strong side zone, we try not to be cute with it. We show them the strong side zone so that the quarterback gets a good read. All right? We'll get back to him a little bit. This man takes one juke step to the inside if he's running against air. Like we're just starting running pattern, so we take the juke step to the inside, and then just as though I was on the end of a broom, I am going to run a route to the outside, and at the top of that route I'm going to be 3 to 5 yards deep. And we don't run it up the field. This man is going to get an outside release, and as long as a corner run off with him, you run him to the fence. Not to the end zone, to the fence. Take him clear through the end zone fence. Okay? Now, as I come to the outside, as a quarterback, all I'm doing is reading the safety. If the safety hangs in the corner, I'm going to throw the ball to the flat. If the safety inverts, I'm going to throw through the passing lane to the man up the seam. I'm going to throw that on either the third or fifth step, depending on when the passing lane develops. When we first start it, we'll make it happen on the fifth step with the safety. And then, especially when you get into blitz reads and so on, the ball's gone the third step. You get rid of it much faster.
What's your quarterback steps on that?
Okay, we'll get to that in just a minute.
Okay.
All right, now, if you got a team and this kid isn't playing well and he's just dropping out there, on the high school or college field, we will sometimes stretch the motion a little further as long as the kid isn't just sitting there reading. If he's going one way or the other, the key is, if he isn't, we want to force him to by snapping 3 to 5, driving this man to the outside so we give the quarterback an easy read. If the guy's sliding way outside and run immediately to the flat, then we'll stretch it a little bit to get a wider passing lane off the two backers. That makes sense to you. Okay? I would start teaching it always perfectly on the 3 to 5, outside, drive it up. Okay? He drives up the field, and the strong safety knocks his ass off, and he just levels it. Anytime that happens, the ball should be gone flat. That's an immediate read, and the ball should be gone right now. I don't care if it happens the third step, fifth step, whatever, you throw the football. Okay. Anytime this guy hears go or choice on the backside, he is going to stretch it on top. And his base rule is, if this guy turns back inside and starts filtering inside, the minute he turns and runs back inside, he throws up his hand and hooks. Always his outside hand and sets it down. As long as he'll run with him, he takes it to the fence. Okay. The quarterback steps are as follows. On all plays, and especially when you first start teaching, the first step by your quarterback is going to be a deep right step, and it's going to be to the left of the midline of your single back. The second step is also going to be deep, almost over a straight drop. Third step, semicircle. Fourth step, throw it on the fifth step. Okay? Now, it would probably be good if we just went out and went through the steps so you get an exact look. Because if your quarterback can't do this, so easy that if your kid has never thrown on a move, you take kids just straight drop all his life. I'm talking about pro level, so he's done it all through junior high, college, high school, everything. And you get him this way, within 5 ball games, they are throwing the ball so much more accurately and so much better control on the move, as long as it's control. We try not to use the word sprint. Sprint is only, I mean, that's for trackmen. We want to control, we want moving outside, under control. The key, first of all, is the first step. It's got to be deep, and 2, left to midline. We tell them get a little Pop Warner stance, both the knees kind of buckle in a little bit, so when we step, we definitely do not want to false step. And with high school kids, it's easy because they don't have any bad habits. The worst are guys who've been playing for 12, 15 years. They get the punch step and you can't hardly get out of it. So we get this inside, and it's a deep step back here for that first step. Obviously, eyes are going immediately to the read of the strong safety. So we got them right on. This is a deep step, 3rd step, 4th step, 5th step. And that's all we do. We take, and when we're first teaching them, we have all the quarterbacks in, we run it, we run it, and run it. Okay, just against air, we develop it. Okay, now we go to this pattern. We will have, and I'm kind of doing this all at the same time, so we kind of teach it at the same time we're going through the pattern. We get 3 quarterbacks in that are going to the right. We're running rip 60, Z go, okay? The first quarterback, no matter, we're practicing against strong side zone, if he's the first quarterback, he always throws to Z as though it's corner roll, which we'll get to in just a little bit. This guy has got the read on the strong safety. So if the strong safety inverts, he hits this guy. Okay? Got that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if he hits that guy, this guy's got the secondary route, which we haven't even got to yet. Secondary route is this, by that man. The minute the ball is thrown here, this guy turns up the field, just as though you were pumped. He turns up the field, and now this man hits the 3rd guy. Okay, the 4th quarterback, if we're running against air, will come out and run X choice route on this side. If we got 5 quarterbacks, like I almost always had 5 quarterbacks in high school, we would have the 5th guy, like running the screen to this guy, the single back, or a delay or something like that. But every time we practice, we never have, if we're running against air, we never have a guy run up the field without catching the football. Always, every receiver runs up the field, and we run it off our base look, so they're always going to catch the football. And as it isn't a great read thing for your quarterbacks on this, but it will be on some of the other rounds. Even against air, they have to visualize in their mind the way we run it, and you'll see exactly how we do run it. Another thing this does, if you got a good sophomore, he's getting as many reps as your good senior. And so you get them coming along, and they just keep replenishing your quarterback supply. When you first start, when you got 3 quarterbacks coming out, if they don't take the deep step, and we get them a yard apart, this kid doesn't take a deep step, he flattens out, they start running over each other. And I tell you, they start coaching each other up very rapidly. You know, you've got to get a deep step. And that is so important. Okay. Now, if this is screwing you up by going through drills at the same time we go through the play, well, you know,
No, this is great.
But that's how we teach it. Okay, now, we got the same play, rip, 60, Z go, and now we got double corner roll, 2 on top. Okay. The first thing that happens on double corner roll when you run motion is that. Nothing. They all just sit there. Now this guy might bounce a little bit, okay? This guy is going to rush. Okay? If this guy does not extend halfway between Z and Y, and he throttles down, and we hit him 100% of the time.
Now, when you say bounce, you mean drop
Yeah. If he doesn't, no, not drop. If he doesn't bounce,
to the next receiver?
if he doesn't bounce outside with the motion, we're going to hit him 100% of the time right there. Now, he may drop, but if he does not bounce, there is such a huge hole from here and here, and here, we'll hit him 100% of the time. Now, you'd think that that wouldn't happen at pro level. Shit, it happens all the time. I mean, that backer comes. If they're double corner roll 2, oh, you don't see a lot of that coverage because of the field and shit. It's almost impossible to
We'll
cover.
see that coverage.
Yeah, but you will. That's the coverage that everyone liked to run against us in college. I mean, that's the #1 college coverage. Double corner roll 2. We kill double corner roll 2 on top. Kill it with this play because it is extremely tough. Okay.
Now, coach, your quarterback. I fell a little bit behind here, but your quarterback is reading the outside backer then.
If we get double corner roll 2 on top, now if it's strong side zone, he comes to half and he's half, we're going to immediately read a strong safety. We got double corner roll. Motion comes across. We got 2 on top, no movement. He immediately checks the outside backer. Okay? If the outside backer bounces, we now snap the ball 3 to 5 yards outside. And this all happens before the snap of the football, so it's very easy. All right? Now, as the ball is snapped, the quarterback immediately reads the corner. First read. If, and the pattern is still the same, it's going to change a little bit here. Okay? As the ball is snapped, quarterback reads the corner. If the corner levels, he's going to throw the football in back of the corner roll in the dead spot in back of the corner. Okay? Like a lot of people teach in double corner roll, if you get an outside clear, the guy runs with him. If he's going to run with him, the ball goes to the flat. Okay? All right, now let's say that out of that look, that the corner runs away, and the backer does a hell of a job of staying with your flat route right there. Okay? Our secondary route, we're going to get on the half-field safety space and run a post. And it's a 1-2 off of the corner read for these 2 people to 3 to automatically the 4th for the secondary route for this man. Anytime the quarterback shuffles, comes back, and the ball isn't in the air, he turns it upfield. Okay? Now what's the one route that we said we seal the corner on?
Go route.
The go route. This is the go route. So if everything is run off, this guy is going to seal that first man on the line. Now the quarterback comes, and if the read off 1-2 isn't there, 3 isn't there, 4 isn't there, there ain't nobody else there either, and we will go pass, 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 and then run. That's one play when we build the run in as the 5th option off the go route. Okay? All right, any question thus far?
Okay.
All right, now.
Pre-snap read.
Excuse me?
Pre-snap
Okay, the pre-snap read is always this. We get pre-snap read, first of all, when the motion comes with the green line, and the free safety comes to the formation middle or the half-field middle, and plays, we're going to go, that's either going to be, strong side zone, invert, or it's going to be man-free. So when we start teaching, we say it's going to be strong side zone. Now we'll get to the difference between man-free or man concept in just a little bit. So the pre-snap read says 3 to 5. We're driving to the outside shoulder, avoiding contact, keep it up the seam, throw off the strong safety. All right, now we run the same play, and we got pre-snap read 2 on top. We run motion. There's no movement other than a possible loosening of a backer. check the backer. This is all pre-snap read. If he bounces, then we snap it 3 to 5. And we put as much pressure on this man as we do the quarterback. And that's why we say, we tell this guy, be under control with the snap. Okay? He snaps the football, drives up the field, quarterback immediately reads the corner. Now this is after. But the pre-snap read is that initially, off the half-field safeties, if it's a corner roll, off the backer to the corner. That all happens before the snap of the ball. And that's all very easy. It is very easy if you're setting in a single back look. It is not easy because you can do so many more things with your people if you're setting with them somebody tight rather than and somebody in a single back or double back look. Then it becomes very difficult to read the coverage, I think. But this is extremely simple.
Now, you mentioned earlier about the guy going in motion, being under control
Right.
and looking upfield.
Right.
Now, by under control, then you said you didn't want him too slow.
Yeah, we don't want him just barely trotting across. You know, you get delay in the game. But we want him under control. It's certainly, I guess you'd call it a trot, semi-trot. Doesn't look like a trot, but it's very much under control. He is not at all fast. If he is even going fast, that's way too fast. We want him under control. We don't want him so slow that everyone is waiting for him to get over there. We want him at a speed where when he gets here, he can see what's going on and be under control of making the movement up the field. When he runs across the field, and they're setting, as the green indicates here, he knows immediately when the guy gets to the to the center of field position, whether or not he's going to drop and play. And we say he's going to play, first of all, when we're coaching it, strong side zone. Now we'll get to when he plays either strong side zone or man play a little bit. All right, when he runs across the field and he's got two half field safeties, then he checks if there's anything moving with him underneath. Nothing moving underneath, he says, it's double corner roll zone. I'm going to get halfway in between if that backer doesn't bounce. If that backer bounces, then I get 3 to 5 just so I did the strong zone, drive up the field, avoid contact, get on the half field safety's face. Now, we actually teach one other thing. I don't think you need, that's just not what you talk about. And then breaks the post in between the two half field safeties. That's another reason why this guy always keeps it outside to stretch the two half field safeties. Okay. Corner goes immediately to the corner read. Okay? Again, if we had the 3 quarterbacks in, they're going to run the go. We said the first quarterback always hits Z, no matter what. All right, in this particular read now, if he's going to hit Z, what do we want the corner doing?
Squatting.
Okay, we just squat. We want to hit a quick level. We want to hit right back in. All right, now that gets the next guy, because we got corner roll, he's reading, corner gets it. The second guy then is going to do the secondary route for that guy. Because we know the corner squatted, he got the football, so that guy turns the football up the field. The third guy now hits against the half field safety. Okay? When you start running, what we do, we get all kids together, we can run. We got 4 guys with 4 quarterbacks. We don't have a single back in. We say rip 60Z go. We start the motion, go. I say strong side zone invert. The kids immediately run the coverage against strong side zone invert. They visualize the free safety staying on top, strong safety staying there, so I stay up the seam. Okay? So everyone sees exactly the coverage. All right, now we run motion again and say rip 60Z go. Double corner roll, 2 on top. Immediately, we know we've got to get the hit outside. Second quarterback's got the read on the secondary route. Third quarterback's got it off the half field safety. I mean, it just becomes so automatic to the kids, and we practice them over and over and over and over. Okay? Rip, 60Z go. Blitz, blitz, blitz. Now we know immediately where to go with the football off of blitz. And you don't see much blitz, you say, right?
Well, we didn't because of the no huddle.
Okay.
You know,
see blitz a lot because that's when you really score a lot of points. One year we ran against old Roman Gabriel, and he was at Cal Polyclinic. All they ran was blitz and man under. That's the only thing they ran. We scored 92 or 93, and we only played our first string 2 quarters. And it could have been, it was unbelievable. Shit, they just kept blitzing. Now, first of all, if they're going to blitz us, we aren't going to run our kids into that shit. I mean, we're going to keep throwing damn ball. I don't give a shit if it's our 4th string or whatever. We're throwing it 5 yards and the kid runs 60. And they just kept doing it and doing it and doing it. And I had scouted them in person once, and I knew I just knew they didn't know what the hell they were doing. I knew they were just going to run a lot of man coverage. And so we practiced the hell against it anyway. And God, that's unbelievable. And we played another team, scored 105. Yours scored 100 points. Goddamn. We're playing Delaware State, and they said in nothing but strong side zone, invert. That's all. Strong side zone, invert. That's it. That's their defense. 50% of the time they bring the outside backer, and a lot of times they wouldn't. And we just won. We scored 49 in the first quarter. 49 points in the first quarter. Okay, so now we're going to go over blitz. That's amazing. That's really, we had the ball this hardly no time for 49. But geez, there's such gaps and seams, and they were screwed. They didn't have any what the hell they were doing. Anything.
Coach, maybe you went over this already, but and I don't know at what time you want to cover quarterback technique.
Well, I was telling guys probably what we should do is go out on the field. And in fact, I'd take your kid if he's got time on him. We just take him out and let him be the quarterback and do it. That'd be good. Because usually they look better than coaches. The coaches looks. You could probably do it for your own quarterback, man. You probably. I think it's a coach should learn how to do it himself. You know, he should be able to do it. I had a kid who coached our secondary for us at Denver. He's now head coach of small college, and he's going to run our offense. And they ended up #1 in the nation this last year in small college. I took that kid. I tried. He is absolutely has no idea how to throw the football. That's the goddamn thing I've ever seen. Said, how did you ever coach a secondary? He said, I always got somebody else to throw the ball. I got a thing going into a rim. He took this kid and coached him. I said, you coach the quarterback? I said, yes. He said, God, that's criminal. But just, I guess you don't have to demonstrate. That's the deal. Okay, now, I'm going to use this, see if it works. All right. Why don't you use the red one? As long as it's in front.
I'll get you.
Okay. Does that say permanent or non-permanent?
It's projection.
Project, but it doesn't say.
No, it'll wipe off the
Okay.
line.
Okay. Man principles on the route are the same, whether it is man-free, blitz, or man-under. Okay? Man principles. So we'll just, are you more likely to see man-under than you are blitz? Or more likely to see blitz than you are man-under?
Well, see some man under.
Man under more blitz.
Okay. Okay, we'll go through man-under, but the principles are exactly the same for blitz. Okay, red. Now we got corner, safety, safety. Let's make this guy corner 2 and corner. And we see, and I don't know what you guys do, but we see a lot of, dime package with the man under. That's mostly when we see man under, because they're going to substitute people in. I'd say if you got people that are playing you man under and they leave their linebackers in, boy, I'd clap my hands and just
That's what
pick
they'll
on
do.
that goddamn linebacker all the time. We just don't see that much. Usually if they're going to play us man under, but whatever. Okay, now we're going to get run across, we're going to run and go. And it doesn't make any difference whether it's blitz or man under, the cuts are primarily going to be the same, and the reads primarily going to be the same. We still are going to take this, and we're going to run it to the outside. Anytime we get any kind of man or man under, the ball is going to be snapped just as soon as we clear the other hip of the onside slot. And all we tell this guy is, you must drive up the field field enough so that this guy can come off your butt. And we'll get some natural picks between the defensive people. We aren't going to pick them with our own body. If the guy is playing you great technique and he's playing you hard inside, you may stick him and take him over the top. I don't think that's going to happen to you very often, to be very honest with you. But if it does and you can't get inside, we'll stick him and drive it right up and then break it underneath the half-field safeties. Now what happens most of the time is this, whether it's man under or blitz, when you come across, we drive up, we want to break it back underneath, and we want to keep bringing it horizontal to the line of scrimmage. Because we tell our quarterback this, if you get man under or you get blitz, it's no longer a read. It's merely a look. And the look is this. If he's open, give it to him. So that's number one. If he isn't, come back underneath to 2. If he's not open, it's 3 to 4, and this guy, anytime you go back to underneath, this guy automatically turns it up the field. You can look to Z on top, immediately back to Y, so it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And run 5. Okay, now that's primarily how we start out with the read. If you've got a free safety, the only difference is that you now break it under 1 man rather than 2. If they're in a 3-4 nickel look, or dime look, excuse me, we tell the quarterback the reason we have this guy breaking horizontal is so that this guy that's freed up, now this guy's going to be locked onto your single back. This guy that's freed up, that we will always throw on one side or the other of him. If you break it deep, now you got to throw against the half-field safety, you got to throw against the backer. That's when you start getting the ball picked. And it is an excellent route against either blitz or man under or man free. In fact, it's an excellent route. The only way you can take the route away is you got to have some kind of combination coverage with a zone drop onside in place of man with a zone drop to the outside back. Okay, now wait a minute. And this will happen in other routes that we go through. A general concept that we have is anytime the quarterback pumps you, and this is a pump, just that much. Anytime he pumps you, that tells you to immediately get into your secondary route. All right, now it's important that the quarterback understands that and that this kid understands that. Because he is really the guy that's got the secondary route. Everyone else is basically, on this play, is built in to what they're doing. Okay? I come out. They got full blitz. And that safety has run all the way across with me and the other safety sitting there. And let's say they play in and out. And the safety gets there and the free safety's waiting. And I look, because that's what the coach told me to do, just look. It's not a read anymore. Just look to this guy. And this guy's running right up his butt. Okay, I know if I can just get him turned up the field, I got a big play. We don't go to a second read or anything. We pump him, turn him up the field, and hit him immediately. Now your read just goes 1, 2, right there. And you just change that because of the pump. In our secondary routes, we pump, but to get into our secondary routes, anytime on any route, that means go to your secondary route. If the quarterback on your same route, he comes out, he looks to you, he shuffles to find the guy back underneath, that automatically turns you into your secondary route. The only other thing that's going to turn you into your secondary route is if you get to the sideline and you haven't received the ball, then obviously you got to turn up the field.
You know, what's a shuffle, Coach? You probably already explained that.
Well, no, I haven't. The shuffle is I come out and I set my feet and I shuffle to find the guy back underneath. And that might happen on the 3rd step, might happen on the 5th step. Now on some of our, like our switch route, our 90 stuff, it's 5, shuffle, and find the backside, or go off the read. So we'll go through that. Okay. The quarterback will end up running more off of the go route than any other times wouldn't get more than 2 reads before he'd pull the ball down and run. He was so oriented off the go route